Welcome back, all you YouTube nail mother lovers. I've got a new toy, a microphone, so hopefully the sound quality is a little bit better. If not, too bad. We can either just go back to the old echoey way, or I will persist in testing and adjusting this ridiculous contraption that smells like dead plastic. On that happy note, we are going to do a brush comparison today with a set. So, let's get started. Now, starting as we always do with the Apres Gel X Prep and the Madam Glam base coat. We don't always Madam Glam, but today we are Madam Glamming. And why? Oh, we are also using Apres Coffin. Oh, look at me go! I'm reminding myself. Apres Coffin French tips. It's got the coffin. Fuck me. It's got the French line etched into the actual tip. So you just take your polish or your gel, which is Laos that I'm using today, and these are all the colors that we're putting on the ends, as you saw in the thumbnail. Yeah, so you just take your gel and run it around the outline. Hey diddly ho, you are good to go. So, why did I decide to do a brush comparison when it's not really my thing? The reason is I was doing this set and I wanted to put filigree on the end. And I've got a couple of bridal sets coming up, as I've kept mentioning. Um, and I wanted to see which brush does filigree kind of patterns best. Um, and I think that my initial impressions is that expensive, good, cheap, bad. And if I'm honest, I think that we weren't too far off that, but I'm sure you'll understand that it was me drawing it on my hand for some unknown reason. It is an absolute miracle that I am not allergic to absolutely everything I touch, because I get it on me, under me, in me. Oh, yeah. So what I'm doing here is I have finished the nail bed area in the Laos color. And then I'm taking the gel colors, like the actual colors, not the nude. Um, and I am doing two coats of those. I'm just showing you the first coat because, you get the idea of two coats, I'm sure that you're not silly. But I am using the Madam Glam Ultra Liner to butt the color up to the nail bed line, color, thing, louse color. I actually like this louse color, and I've had it on my nails already, and I've got another set on right now that I am loving the color of, and I'll do a set with that color in the coming weeks because it's those balls. Anyway, talking about something you can't fucking see, always good for YouTube content to talk about something that you guys can't see. But really, all I'm doing is going through and creating the French look on these coffin tips. And I'll tell you right now, I bloody love these little Apres tips. It takes so much of the headache out of it when you're doing um, all French lines and you've just had enough for the day and you want a quick bish bash bosh, get them on. You can just chuck these on, follow the line. Your brain doesn't have to think. Your hand doesn't have to rely on its inbuilt memory of French lines. It can just go into autopilot and hey dilly ho, off we go. Now, this is the last of the nails, and we yes, I'm thinking here as I'm looking at it, Madam Glams got an unfair advantage because one, I'm using it here, and two, I've owned Madam Glam brushes a lot longer than what I have owned the. Let's take a moment as we're curing this last set to appease the YouTube gods and like it. Oh, Garry the Goat says, fuck you to the person who thumbs down my Easter holographic chrome awesome nail set. Fuck you. If you don't like it, click off and go fuck off to someone else's shit video. If you don't like my shit video, I don't care. Don't fuck my algorithm up. You're not welcome here. You're not welcome to upset the chi of the rest of the people who are enjoying their time here. And they won't get to see this because as soon as you click that you don't like it, you fuck the algorithm and then no one gets to see it. I'm going to stop ranting now and I'm going to talk about this amazing polish. Sorry, gel polish. It is from, and this all of these colors are from the Madam Glam Easter box, the limited edition Easter box. And the colors in this Easter box are awesome. Look at them! They're awesome! The colors that were in their Easter House of Glow or House of something collection, House of Bloom collection was terrible. Like, the colors were okay, but I think I said during that video that I am so over the Madam Glam, like really pale, fucking um, just just paleness. Give me something with a bit of color. But we are coming into that time of year, so hopefully we get some color. So what I'm putting on here are some new um balls that I've got. They're not bastard balls, but they're kind of like bastard balls in that they can behave like bastard balls. So now we're getting into the brush test. I just got them on, I can't remember, AliExpress or something like that. So we're going to test a BOAN cheap, shitty brush, a Madam Glam long fine liner, I think that is. The Dorota Palicka, sorry for butchering that name. The D liner from Dorota Palicka, international nail artist and educator. And the Kirsty Meakin, our Lord and Savior Meakin. We're going to test her Lilly liner, which is the longest brush. These are the longest brushes that each of these companies do. I think BOAN maybe does like a 20 mil or something like that, but it wasn't comparable to the rest of the brushes, so I chose this one. So we're starting with the Madam Glam. It does a circle brilliantly. Look at that shit. Um, the one thing I regret about this is the French gel that I'm using. It's just a cheap old French gel and it's starting to die, I think I have to say. I have to admit that it's dead and throw it out, but I can't throw out anything because I'm a fucking hoarder. Um, but yeah, it's time for it to go, I think. So the BOAN brush was $5.30 Australian. It's an artificial um brush, whereas all the others are natural brushes. Not to say that it's cruel to have natural brushes, but look at that BOAN bullshit right there. It just doesn't hold it doesn't hold the gel in the brush. It holds the gel on the brush. Now we come to Queen Meakin's brush. It again does the circles really well. It crisscrosses lines really well. And if you push down, you will get a thicker line. And if you just drag really lightly, you'll get a nice thin line. It's a really good brush that's easy to control. Now, the D-liner. I have to admit, the D-liner is fucking brilliant. It is the tiniest of tiny brushes. It's got, I don't know, like 3 bristles on it, and it does the thinnest, most gorgeous little lines in the world. So does it do filigree the best? Maybe it does. Is it the best brush? Well, we'll talk about that in a second. So, the cleaning test. I use the base coat, and you can see that the Kirsty Meakin brush is sort of cloudy in the background there. It removed a lot of the product with the base coat. The artificial brush, I just wiped it off with a lint-free wipe, and because it sits on the brush, not in the brush, it just wiped off. The Madam Glam, again, took a bit of cleaning, had to go back in again, and it got up the um, into the base of the brush. Fuck, that word escapes me. It escapes me what that's called. Anyway, and then the D-liner, it cleans up in the same way. The base coat basically just pushes the gel out of the brush, and because it's a natural hair, it works really well, and because there's 4 fucking bristles, it's really easy to clean. Because there's not much to it, but it works really well. Gee, that's some awesome filming there. Please appease the YouTube gods and take a moment to like and subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe now. I really would like it. My birthday's in June. I really would like it if we could get to maybe 200 followers by June. I'm going to try and pump out some content to aid me in this YouTube journey, but let's see if we can get there. So, what have we got here? In the green, we have got Madam Glam. On the purple, we've got BOAN, BQAN. The one I'm pointing at now, I did underneath the top coat. So if you don't like your filigree on top of the top coat, you can do it underneath, and it looks awesome as well. That was done with the Madam Glam brush, and I'm taking it off for some reason. So let's talk about the brushes. Oh, the bloody sticky shit was coming off. So the brushes, each has their own merit, I think. BOAN, the BOAN is good if you want to spend $5 on a brush, because the rest are about 20, between 20 and 29 Australian dollars for the brush. So the Madam Glam is a workhorse. The Madam Glam will do absolutely anything you ask it to do, and it will do it well. The Kirsty Meakin brush, again, will do anything you ask of it, but it will do it with more variety. And what I mean by that is you can get a really fine line, but you can also press hard and get quite a fat line with it. Now, the Dorota Palicka D-liner brush gives such a fine line that it doesn't matter if your pattern is shit or your art is shit. The very fact that the lines are so delicate makes it look amazeballs. And for that very specific reason, I think it does the filigree quite well. I like the Meakin and the Madam Glam for it. It will do it. Meakin looks a bit pale, I think because of the material I was using, not the fact that the brush doesn't work, I guess, but it does have less pigment. Yes, so Madame Glam, all-round workhorse, Kirsty Meakin, heavy lines, skinny lines, round lines, all the lines, and art in general. And the Dorota Palicka does such fine work that it is quite amazing. So, tell me down in the comments what you think. Do you guys have these brushes, and do you agree with my general overall comments? It's okay if you don't agree, but don't get on there with some hate, yo. I appreciate you all being here. Please take a moment, like I said, to appease the YouTube gods and like and subscribe. Go and check out some other videos. Apparently, you've got to watch about 5 for the algorithm to actually pick me up and deliver me to you on a more regular basis. But that's all from, YouTuber creator land. Not your problem, I guess. Suck it and see, Cadence. We do what we want, yo. Okay, I'm going to stop this crazy show right now. Y'all have a fantastic day, and I will see you sexy YouTube nail mother lovers in the next one. Bye.